Welcome to Family Business Diaries, the podcast where we unravel secrets of family businesses. I'm your host, Mary Asante Sama, and today, guess what? We're right here in the bakery, and just get ready to hear this story. It's so exciting. But yes, we're here at Flava Co, and I'm sitting with two lovely sisters, Naakpei and Dromo, and you know what? We're just gonna dive right into it so you hear their story.
For more than 3 decades, Flava Co has been a cherished part of Ghana's culinary landscape, a brand built on passion, family, and enduring tradition. What began as a small bakery in Abusilkine founded by the visionary Auntie Maureen quickly became a community favorite, known for its freshly baked bread, comforting meals, and unmistakable taste of home. Today, that legacy lives on through her daughters, who are leading FlavaCo into a new era. With innovation at the forefront and tradition at heart, they are expanding the brand's reach while preserving the values that defined its foundation: excellence, family, and authenticity. From a single bakery to a full-fledged culinary company, FlavaCo's journey is one of resilience, reinvention, and legacy carried forward. This is the story of FlavaCo, where heritage meets the future. The Family Business Diaries, celebrating the spirits of family enterprise.
Okay, ladies, welcome to Family Business Diaries.
Thank you.
Energy, energy, energy. I know you're
Thank
tired.
you.
I know you just finished baking, but we have to make this work. All right.
Thank you. We're
So
excited to be
welcome.
here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for honoring that invitation. Now, listen, we've talked, and I think you have such a beautiful story to tell. And so today we just want to make sure that we're transparent. Give it your all. I want the audience to understand what you people are doing, movers and shakers of our time. So let's start from the top, okay? I want each of you to tell us a little bit about yourself. We'll start from there, just so we can get to know you and connect better. So, should we start from you?
Okay.
All right, cool.
So my name is Naakpei Kweinorkuor. Um, I'm a certified ballet instructor and a freelance events coordinator and a God girl, a God lover.
Nice, nice. Okay, Miss Droma.
Hi, my name is Dromo Quaynor. Let's say that I manage a bakery. Yes, but beyond that, I'm committed to learning and growing and expanding this business to better heights.
Interesting. Okay, so committed to learning. We'll come to that. But so, what's the connection? Why are we here? We're in this bakery. So tell us more about your business, and then we'll dive into my questions. Tell us now. Sell Flava Co to us. Tell us about Flava Co.
Flava Co is a family business run by my mom, and we deal in baked goods like pastries, bread, cakes, baking essentials, flour, margarine, and then a catering and event catering company as well. So when it comes to the food industry, that's where we find
You're
ourselves.
taking everything.
Yes.
Because when I read the profile, it's like I read the profile, and first it was no. Maybe I'll let you talk to us about the history, okay? Let's because you seem to have started from a certain point, and now you're taking it all. So tell us, walk us through the milestones for the business.
So we used to be Eat Well,
That was the business name
yeah,
before.
a
Okay,
long time ago.
I think there
okay.
was
Yeah,
30
Because
years
the
ago.
business is 30 plus,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
So we were operating at Abusulkine,
Okay,
at a family house, and then a few things here and there. So we moved
okay.
to Race Course here. So we've been operating the bakery at home for the longest time. And then last year, November, we moved to this space.
And it's a big space,
Yes.
Yeah.
So this,
which is probably good for you, right? Okay.
and then we've also been operating the baking essential shops. We sell flour, margarine, anything you need to bake. We have two branches, one at
The markets.
yeah, one of the new markets, La Paz, and then one at
Taco.
𝐬𝐭𝐫𝐞𝐞𝐿 𝐬𝐭𝐫
Okay, okay.
thereabout.
So just to understand, you bake and then you provide the supplies for others who want to try their hands, or others in the industry as well.
Yes.
That's good. But I know you guys for one thing as well. There's the famous jollof, okay? How does that tie into, the bakery? That means you do more than just, selling the essentials and stuff. So tell us about that.
Um, like you said, you rightly said, my mom's famous jollof. For as long as we can remember, my mom has been cooking for weddings, parties, naming ceremonies, either the package form or the buffet form. And we noticed that it got to a point she was getting tired. So she took a break from that. But my sisters and I said, we can't let this legacy just die down. So last year, when we put our heads together, we decided to revive the famous jollof. And so we started a grab and go on Sundays.
Oh,
When we are not
nice.
using the space for the bakery on Sundays, then we use it for a grab and go where people come and just buy
Yeah.
and go.
Jollof
And
Sunday.
Jollof Sundays, like that's what we named the flavor Jollof Sundays.
Nice.
Yeah, so we also recently started a pre-order service where people can pre-order their food, and then we have specific days we are delivering. So it's more or less like pushing the brand to a next level and not letting my mom's legacy die. And so that's the passion with which we're driving all the sectors of FlavaCo.
Business. No, this is so beautiful because I really wish your mom was here so we can get the full story of how she started and all. I'm sure you know it, so we'll get into it a bit. But even just reading your profile, right? I love everything you say because when I read your profile, you could feel the heart and the passion behind the business. And I want us to, it's nice that you're working together. We'll come to the discussion on siblings and working together. But for each of you, just introducing yourself, I mean, certified ballet instructor, you're baking and running a bakery and doing all these things. Something like, what was it that made you decide to do this? And how did you, without, let's pretend your sister is not here, but for each of you, pretend the other is not here. I mean, what went through your head? Was it a tough decision to say, listen, let me put this on hold for now and focus on saving mommy's business? Like, what was the process like deciding to do this? Because your mom had done this for 30 plus years and it was a big hit, right? And then she said she's tired. And that's what we've been talking about, that, legacy business, succession, make sure you can hand over. She's blessed to have daughters that say, hey, we want to step in. But what was the process like? Surely it wasn't all nice and rosy like it sounds right now. So walk us through the dirty parts. Mommy won't listen. Mommy won't.
Um, so a few years ago, whilst doing my outside work or chasing my career, a friend of mine whispered something to me when we're chatting, and he said, "Now, don't you think you're not like wasting time, but don't you think you're not paying fully attention to mommy's business? Because I feel like it's a big hit, and apart from the money aspect, and there's money in it, I think you can take this to another level because I see the passion with which you take other people's businesses serious and you help them grow their business. Why don't you channel that same energy into your mom's business?" So that was around the time my little sister was wrapping up with national service.
Okay.
And so I had a talk with her and I channeled that.
You
I,
decided to try the pressure.
I channeled that through her that instead of applying for jobs outside, because now employment is getting a job is hard out there, why don't you stay back and manage the business while we support you? Because I have another sister, my big sister.
Okay.
While we support you with everything that we have, like our managerial skills, our administrative skills, operational skills, if we have to bring accountants in. So then she was reluctant at first.
We will hear your story.
Asking us so many questions. How much are we going to pay her?
Oh, that's good. Asking the
Yeah,
right questions,
yeah.
please.
So that's how it started, and but so we were at home
Okay.
and working at home, waking up and convincing yourself that you have to go to work and the work is downstairs. It wasn't so comfortable at all. It's different when you're leaving the house
Yeah.
and going to work. So the journey was one annoying, frustrating, but then it picked up, and I saw the drive to which she took the position in which and we gave to her, and that also drove us to to do what we actually wanted to do, or what my friend advised me to do. And it's been a beautiful journey. We haven't killed ourselves yet.
Yay. And it won't happen, don't worry.
Yes, and it's hard multitasking, working for someone and running
This one.
your family business as well.
So just to clarify, in your case, just so people, in your case, you're balancing a 9 to 5 in addition to this.
It's not quite 9 to 5. It's a bit
Okay.
flexible.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So then you're able to wear two hats,
Yes.
basically. Okay. So over to you, Jomo. So in your case, are you full time?
Yeah, full time.
Full time. So we have to come to you. And so now, after national service, all your mates are doing that. They're like, everybody's talking, hey, we're going here, we got placed here. And then you have your two big sisters. I mean, at this point, I don't know if you people, did you genuinely have a discussion, or was it a thing of, hey, you're doing this? Talk to us about that journey. I mean, your sisters approaching you and saying, do this. Like, what went through your head? How did you judge them? Tell us everything.
I can't remember a conversation, honestly. maybe they had it amongst themselves. I can't remember. But so I've always thought of the business as something that could grow into something bigger, right? It's like, you know how they say, oh, like, I wish it was me. My mom had something doing, by now I'd have made it something big.
Yeah.
Oh, if there's a business at home there, they said there's money, why didn't you go and look for work? You know those things. You know people how people say those things. So yes, I did think of joining the business, but not full time. I imagine myself to find a job, get some experience, and then do a bit of this, but then also make sure that structures are in place in the business so that if we are not there, still running, but we are still gaining something from it.
Yeah.
So that was the plan. But then the week after I finished national service, we had someone who was working on accounts and doing counting
In the big
in the bakery. So he was I think he was the only external staff we had, like in terms of administration at the time.
Okay.
So the week after I finished, I mean, I just wanted to relax a bit and
Chill
then
small.
yeah, and then see what I'll do next. Maybe go back to school. But he ended up leaving, and so then I had to take on the role.
Okay.
Yeah, but before then, I've always been like a part of the business one way or the other.
We all have.
Yeah.
We are forced to. When
You
you're
have
on
a choice.
vacation,
Yeah, you measure the
you
things
measure
for
the
bread.
things.
But you see these little things that we talk about, right? And that's the thing with succession. Being forced to do it back then, there's a seed that's sown in there, right? Like you can't help it. You have a passion for the job. Now you can measure, you can do all these things. You've been trained to do it. So when the person is out, you could quickly step in and do certain things, right? I mean, so I guess these are some of the things to talk about. Maybe your mom wasn't doing it because she thought, and maybe too she was, but thinking, hey, they're going to take over, so let me train them. It was just the general thing, in the homes where come and help. But it's good training, and I'm sure if you look back, you're super grateful for those experiences, right?
Absolutely.
But yes, you had the dream, you wanted to help, and then the ambush happened, the man dropped, and so you found yourself in the business. But technically, these are your employers now, right? or your partners, or what we call them?
Let's call them partners.
Your boss is sitting here. All right, cool. So your partners. Now, I don't know if I should jump into that yet, but yes, but since we're here, let's talk about that, because the first point was she said they had a discussion. You don't even remember the discussion, right?
Mommy spoke to you.
But okay, no, let's go back a bit. When you decided you're going to do this as sisters, you want to do this and keep it going. When you shared that with your mom, what was it like? How did she take it? What was it like? Or did she ask you to do it? Because I don't think she did. From how tell us about that point. Moving from Gen 1 to Gen 2.
Um, like she said, we were indirectly involved in the business, because even though she was the one running it, if something goes wrong, something happens, she'll come back upstairs because the business that's it. She'll come upstairs and maybe in the evening we have a discussion and she's not happy about how this went. She's complaining about this, and then we'll put in our few inputs. So when Dromo finally, stood in after the as one of our staff left, um, she was happy, I think, because I feel like she was able to get time to rest.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't done as perfect as she wants it to be. And we always have to go and ask questions, confirm, especially with the measurements.
Yeah.
Is this actually right? Because
You were not paying attention to your training.
because my mom comes up with her own recipes. So she says she gets this from the Holy Spirit, or she had a dream.
Yeah.
Just to
Yeah,
set
blessed
our
like that.
brand apart from the rest.
Yeah.
Yes. So excited that she can rest a bit. She doesn't have to wake up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. like before. We now do that. Dromo that's Dromo does that. So, and our mothers are not really risk takers. Like,
She's listening.
oh yes,
Okay.
some risks that we want to take, our mothers will hold back and say
Look at
they
the
have to.
order.
Yeah, sometimes you have to pray about it, see what the Holy Spirit says, and time is
Time. We need to move this side. AOB.
going. So that's how we've been moving and handling the business until about last year when we moved.
Okay.
So now she hardly even comes in the space.
You're in control now.
She is, and I
Boss.
support my
Okay.
boss. And so it can be weeks she hasn't been here, unless maybe Juma has to go somewhere, and then she'll ask her to come and take over. Or I don't have anything to do outside, like the work I do, and so I'll stay here, and then she has. But she only handles the food aspect where she has help there. She's cooking for Jollof Sundays. She's baking. She's doing people's orders as and when they come. But for full production, she's been able to trust us enough to handle it, which,
Well, you had to prove yourself.
yes.
And you did that when she was watching, when you're on that side. But that's good. Letting go is a big thing. So for her to fully trust you, that's really good. But as you're talking, there's something you said that, even though she trained you with the measurements and stuff, you had to go confirm, go check all these things. And I think it's like as you talk, I'm just bringing out the things about succession, right? That do you think it's important to document some of these things? I mean, thank God she's around, right? So you can go and confirm. We thank God for that. But do you think it's important to write these things? I know they talk about, secret recipes, or, sometimes it's just the download, so you don't want to share it. But if you want to maintain the brand, if you want to maintain a certain standard, then things need to be done differently, right? So what are you doing differently? Are you documenting these things? Do you have a secret place that you keep?
It's funny you asked that. We've been having this conversation since the beginning of this year
Okay.
for her to start documenting her recipes, and if there's something that we need to improve, then we do.
You mean tweak?
Yeah, tweak and like get our special, like this is our specialty. So when
Okay.
we take the book, we know that okay, this is FlavaCo. So and you want to be able to steal it, if I should
Yeah,
say, or
because there's
use
always
it
yeah.
unless you understand it. So do we have to find a special code in which we are writing our recipes and things
Or you
like
leave
that?
out
So,
one line that you people know in your hearts. So anybody who picks the recipe
yeah,
book doesn't know that one
because
line.
even though Dromo now knows
Yeah.
the recipes, we've been discussing that she should start writing down her recipes, especially for her jollof. I tell my friends
Hey, yeah,
I cannot cook like my mother cooks, so that jollof is a
it's
ministry.
anointed hands, I tell you. And
It's a ministry. Because I've tried it. We've tried it,
do you
but
stand there when she's cooking to see like you tried, it's not
hey, we
working.
do. I think we need more practice because the love and the hands are not the same, but we are
Yeah.
praying for that pass on of anointing.
No, but I think you're doing an awesome job. And I mean, the rebranding, like you're being intentional. And that's the thing as well when it comes to legacy business in terms of adapting, right? I don't think your mom was doing a lot of social media. Like things have changed. The world is
Yes,
not what it used
it
to be
used to
30
be.
years ago, right? But I see that you're bringing life into the thing and making sure that the generation, now I feel like I'm old, but yeah, just making sure that you're adapting to the times.
Yes,
Tell us some of the things you're doing differently from your mom. And I think one of the things we've learned is the founders, the visionaries, what they did. I mean, it's not as bad.
yeah.
It's just a case of things are not as they used to be. So we need to move with the times. So how have you, I don't want to use the word improve, but how have you changed things to adapt to the times?
My boss.
So we're doing a lot of social media, like you said.
Okay.
We're trying to get more visibility. Um, we're trying to employ from outside as well. And we're getting accountants. We're getting what's Fantasy's role?
Auditors.
Auditors. We're getting people that can help us, just in case we want to do something beyond like this small thing. If we're
It's
putting the
not
business,
small.
if we're putting the business out there, and they need to see our books. They need to see how much we're making. They need to see,
Doing
like, we need to project.
investments.
Yes. Yes. So we're getting people to look into stuff for
Yeah.
us, not just our basic
Yeah,
notebooks and
home. Yeah.
exercise books that we've been using.
And doing this certainly means you're preparing yourself for investments. It means you see yourself expanding. You're preparing yourself to scale up.
Yes.
These are the things that people look out for, right? Are you taking yourself seriously, or is it you know the cashier where they keep the money? Anybody can go and take. Oh, today we are buying this. Today we are buying. They're being intentional. That's very good. Now, I like the fact that you say you're trying to bring in more people or external help
Mm.
where you're lacking. I was going to ask you because you're the last of the set, right? And you are the boss. Now, how does it feel being the leader? How does it feel? Because for you, I'm sure that people have seen you walking around like you, the small girl that you just finished school, you come to
Hey,
command
this
us.
one.
But and we've all experienced it, okay? So you have to answer in a way that you don't get yourself in trouble.
Mm.
But what's the experience like? Because for you, you have to do things a certain way because you know where you want to take the business. It's the vision that's driving you. You want to do things a certain way. And yet, to some, you are that small Dromo. So, Dromo, how did you handle that?
Eh,
Even calling your sisters to order. Tell us.
let's just say they call me to order most of the time,
That's not right.
but let's see. In the beginning, it was a bit difficult. I mean, I work with my uncle as well, so you can imagine.
You have to say yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Um, but when it came to giving instructions, it was a bit some way. So some of them I'll pass them through my mom.
Are you
So
still doing that?
now, so right now the set of people that I came to meet or that were here for the longest time, most of them are not here anymore.
It
So
tends to happen
we
a
have a
lot.
lot of new faces.
Okay.
There were a few issues here and there, a bit of insubordination, a bit of when people are in a space for a long time
Yeah, remember
and they get
they're
used to
beautiful.
how things are run. And maybe sometimes my mom is not um maybe she can't always be present. So once responsibilities are delegated and there's no one checking up on anything, everybody feels like they can do what they want. Yeah. So when you're calling people to order, it's a bit it's an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's just say that we've moved past those sets of people.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working on building a new team.
Yeah. I think it's when the new ones come in, then you can now train them how you want, according to the structure that you want to set for the business. Working with our uncle, who is, we call him the chief baker here, because he's the oldest after my mom. And so he now has to he has to take the stuff through the training, and if maybe there's something that he's not doing right that you're not comfortable with, how to approach him. But and so at first we used to go through our mom, but I think we've grown past that and we've gotten that confidence that okay, we are the ones running things, and so politely
Yeah.
have a meeting with him and discuss that this is this and this and this is what we want to do. Unfortunately, what's happened or what you're doing now, it's not in line with it. So we would plead or appreciate if and we can be sweet talkers sometimes. Just tickle here and there because he's our uncle. It's like a father to us because our father is no longer there. So,
But I think just listening to you, it comes to, communicating that in family business, for things to work, you need to communicate. And then the value of respect is key, right? Because I'm listening to you, and if you came in and you're trying to be boss lady and push him around, I don't think you have his support. I don't think certain things will work, right? So your story is just bringing out all the things you've been talking about, and this is the real life example of it. So thank you so much for being so open and sharing. We're super grateful. Now, working with siblings. We had this discussion, and it seemed like for the next generation, I didn't think that would be one of the top three problems or issues or challenges that people have to deal with, but it has to do with working with siblings. You people, as you said, they are sweet talkers, and from what we're seeing, we're only getting positive vibes, which is a good thing. Although I feel like, but yes, talk to us about working together because you have different personalities. I mean, your ideas, the way you think about things, or the vision you have, or maybe you want, let's add this recipe. Let's like talk to us about. Don't just give us the good times. Give us everybody should give us one incident, one tough one that made them question. Look, are we really going to do this, or for my sanity's sake, I'm dropping it. So please, family business guys, we are begging. We want the real meat. So tell us, working with siblings, the positive side and the challenge.
pointing at me.
No, you both talk. Don't worry. Everybody share an experience.
I was supposed to think. I don't know.
So when it comes to the positives, I think because we all have the same vision as where we want to take the business to, that's what drives us. And even though we have, um, is it conflicting? Oh, we have,
Personalities.
yeah, personalities, and sometimes because I'm more bubbly and lively, because
Let's say a ballerina.
I like to dance.
Yes.
But she doesn't like it when I dance in the shop. She told the sales girl that if I start dancing in the shop when working hours, she should sack.
See, that's Madame giving her orders. Why are you dancing in
Oh,
the
but
shop?
now you realize how the
But
art of dancing is now
it
selling
works. So
brands.
yes.
Yes, I know because I'm in that industry, but she's more like, we don't want to look like, isn't it
Like you're not
embarrassing?
serious.
That kind of vibe.
No, it's working. Now people are dancing and selling things.
Yes.
Instagram and TikTok.
Very soon I'll bring my dancers to dancing after we put the logo there. Yeah, so those are some of the conflicting personalities, but the vision and we want to be bigger than this.
Yeah.
So Dromo has something she wants us to do, but I'm taking my time to make the decision, or she can't reach me. Then she gets upset. I've been calling you for this. I'm like, babes, I'll call you back. I'll call you back. And time is going.
You did this to your mother, and that's what you're doing to her.
And time is going. So sometimes time at the timing,
Yeah.
the right time to do certain things. Social media for FlavaCo was on one page, and my madam separated her business, her bakery business, and created a whole bakery, Flavor Bakery. That's like, okay, so do you want the content, the media person to handle the two so that you don't have a lot of pressure on you, because you can't be managing and doing content at the same time? No. So why am I paying someone to handle social media and content? And she's not saying anything. Jum, I'm talking to you. And she's on her phone. You can't be paying somebody for media and content and you're not minding. Let him pass out. Yes, we have to be. It's still a matter we are trying to solve.
So can we resolve it now? What is the station? What is that thing? You know how people go on the station? No, but okay, what is your issue? No, but this is it though. You have a shared vision.
Yeah.
Okay, that's there. But I think sometimes the strategies, the way you want to do things is different.
Yeah.
And so maybe as part of the structure, ensure that you have these, you know, board meetings or these sessions where you sit, no strings attached, nobody like
Yeah.
everybody respect your position, your role, and then let's discuss things. You have to explain why, because there's a reason why you're holding back and don't want things a certain way, right? But have you shared that with her, or it's in your head and your heart, or you really don't know, but you are stuck because you give the first answer, you can't go back and change it.
Okay, so which one are we doing now? The social
Social
media.
media,
Okay,
and then you tell us your own experience.
okay. So um, I felt like the bakery needed its own page, right?
Why?
Because the content is different, and you know the main page itself has everything that we do there, and it's crowded. I've been thinking of promoting some of our specials, like some of our special bread, and I don't want it to get lost in the many
Mix.
posts. So I've just been planning and contemplating. So you know, when I settle, I'll discuss with the media guy about it.
This is a nice masterclass because, guys, all right, so this is very good information that you're sharing. And I was actually going to ask you, when it comes to bread, right now, the brands are many. Everybody's doing something. I won't mention names of people, but there are brands that are on the lips of everybody mentions the names. So how do you set yourself apart? You may have a good reason. You're saying it's crowded. We don't want to get mixed up with the jollof. We don't want, which is a good thing,
Yeah.
right? But I think it's how you, and that's the thing with family business, how you communicate that thing that you have, how you, because you said it now. I'm sure you probably hadn't said it to her and she didn't understand what that vision is. Okay, I think it's crowded, so let's do this. It's just a matter of talking. Of course, you shouldn't be wasting money paying somebody yet. You could say let's put him on hold for 3 months while we actually come up with a strategic plan on how to do this, right? But I think that's some of the things when it comes to siblings working together. Because if it was in a different space, and if we were working with Kofi, we are not related to and don't know from anywhere, and everybody goes in from 8 to 5, and there's a checklist, and we're supposed to do social media, an accountant is saying we are paying this person, why are we paying? The discussion is so different. But here, it's siblings. There's love in there. It's not that I don't respect you, but you won't go anywhere. It's okay. I'll come back to you later, right? Those things playing,
Yeah.
and it kind of affects these things. But I think you have a good thing where I understand where you're coming from with the crowded. Please, Madame has a reason, okay, but you have to sell the vision. So these are the complexities of working with siblings, and it's not always. It doesn't have to be bad things, right? It's just
Yeah.
we all want the same thing at the end, but how do we get there? How do we get there? Somebody may have an idea which is far better, but yeah, you have to sell it. So please, are we good?
Yes,
Okay,
please.
thank you. Do you still want to share your experience, or was this masterclass enough?
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. It's just
No, you can't be good because you are in the thick of things. So I
Yes.
think, listen, and in this now, I feel like am I preaching or what's going on here? But no, it can be very stressful. You love your family, you love the business, you want to make it work. There's a thing in there, you want to make it work. And certainly as the one at the forefront, you don't want the thing to die in your hands. So there's a lot of pressure on you, whether people like it or not.
Yes.
See, Na said that when you call her about stuff, she'll tell you, I'll get back to you. But it's not because her heart is not in this, right? But there are other commitments that she is probably dealing with. But for you, you're standing here. I mean, I'm assuming that if somebody's delivering something and wants something, you're here in the heat of things.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to open up and talk to them more. And it's not because you are complaining or because you don't like what you're doing, but things must be done. And the same attention they'll give their, work colleague, they have to give you that. It's like you sign up for two things, my dear. So you have to make time for madam. I mean, some of the nice things you can do, for instance, is decide that you have a check-in hour where maybe you know that okay, every day at 6 p.m. we have a call, a WhatsApp call. Let's go through what are there any things that we need to discuss quick, and then we move on. Or know that okay, you have the liberty to make decisions regarding the business up to this threshold. Like, hey, don't go and spend anything above 10,000. Like, but you have to have those systems and structures in place. So I think all those things help siblings to
Yeah.
breathe, right? But let's listen to your experience, and then we'll go into lighter conversation.
um. So there isn't much. I think I've had the most arguments with her since we started working closely together. But she's my sister. I would
Yeah,
say that she has more work experience. Like she's always outside, always doing something. So she's the one I'll call if I need something.
yeah.
She's my next my to go person. So as much as we argue,
You don't have
I'll
anywhere to
still
go.
yeah. we'll still talk. We
And
have
that's
to
the joy
talk.
of this. Like,
Yeah.
you have nowhere to
It's
go.
yeah.
We're in this together,
It's
right?
a lesson my mom always preaches
Yeah.
that we only have each other.
Mm-hmm.
We only have the three of us. And so no matter what happens amongst us, we should make sure that we hold each other. And because when she's no longer there, we are all we have.
Yeah.
So hold each other. So that's all she's been preaching to us.
I was going to ask you if you have a conflict resolution mechanism of sorts, but I think this is it. Mommy's voice saying,
Mommy's
please
voicing,
have each other. That's all you have,
that's
right?
all you
And so
have.
you always have to check yourself, even if things are going south. You know that
There was even a
mommy's.
sermon on Sunday. Or
Yeah.
sermon on Sunday.
So that's that's good. I love this. All right, so I'm still gonna ask my question about especially the bakery because I'm sitting here and I think just passing through my nose. But
Sorry.
what is it that sets you apart? I mean, we have the chance to talk to the audience, like FlavaCo, but let's talk about Flavor Bakery. Like, what is that thing that sets you apart? What is it that you want for your bakery? What makes you different from the rest?
Like you mentioned, there are so many brands out there. Um, we've been looking at expanding and growing, but we want everyone to know Flavor Bakery for our taste and our flavor. I think that's
The
where
flavor.
my mom got the name Flavor for.
Mm.
Because sometimes when we are baking at home, you can smell it all the way to
Yeah.
our junction or even
Wow.
cooking. The flavor.
Temptations. Neighbors like this will stress me out because what is this?
The flavor. So even if you go anywhere and you taste our bread, you have to know that that's its flavor.
Yeah.
Even if someone has changed the wrap, because unfortunately we have some customers who just take off our brand rubber and our package and then puts like a plain one there. We confronted them once, but yeah. But if you, because I have some customers, or we have some customers that if they go to some of the shops we deliver to, if it's not flavored, they're not going to buy any other bread. I sometimes say we are small, but a very mighty
Mighty.
bond.
That's good.
And because they know what they are taking home, they know what
Yeah.
they are eating, and we are focused on healthy and quality products. Yes, because we don't want people to consume anything that will cause any illnesses or health issues.
But let me add to that. There's something my mom always says. It's that we eat the bread at home. My mom eats it. My grandma eats it. My uncle eats it.
So you, so
Yeah.
you know
So
what to,
we want to serve people with food that doesn't have too much going on in there. Like
yeah.
we are conscious of your health as well. You know that Ghanaians like their bread in a certain way. You know, some people want heavy bread,
Such a,
the stretchy kind of
yeah.
bread. But yeah, we are conscious of what will happen to you in the next 10 years,
Yes.
in the future, because we're also consuming it.
So health conscious. That's good. That's really good. Okay. So I want to I want us to talk about maybe one key challenge with running the family business. Um, what else? One exciting moment each of you has had in the business, and then we'll move to advising people. We'll become the experts. So let's talk about a key challenge each.
Here at the bakery, staffing.
Staffing.
Uh, it's been a bit of a struggle getting skilled bakers.
Hmm.
For some reason, in recent times, they seem to have gone scarce. You're not even when you get them,
The
they're not here for long periods. You know, like everybody wants, they like to hop. They don't
Yeah.
like to, they don't like rules. They don't like anything that ties them down.
Okay.
So when they're here, kakara, then they're going to do their side hustle. Then they'll find another place to join. Like I feel like now they move around a lot. So you won't get a lot of them that want to stay at one place for a long time. And but we're working on it. We're looking at
But that must be very difficult because, I mean, you're talking about training, getting people to do things how you want it done, right? Based on the standards you want to set. So if we keep having new
moving.
people, then it means,
Retraining and
that's a lot.
retraining, and yeah.
I guess that's why people start bringing in technology. I see that you've, in terms of innovation, I mean, just looking around, you guys have moved up. Is that part of the reason? Because I've seen a lot
Yes.
of,
Kakra.
Yes.
it's part of it, right?
But we're left with the
The
automated ovens.
automated ovens.
I
That's
want to
where
get
the
that.
name, yeah.
Yeah. So once we get the automated ovens, I was going to say one of the key challenge is getting our books together to source for
The
investments, because
investments.
they are extremely expensive machines.
Okay.
Yes. And once we're able to get the funds to purchase the machines, you don't necessarily need a lot
Yes.
of workers around.
That's the challenge in the industry now because they say there are no jobs, unemployment. So you need the people. But the people are not committed. So you go for technology and then that's also a problem. All right. But I mean, I'm sure that's the good thing. It's good you're talking to experts, right? Because sometimes in that space where you're so frustrated and you want to get these automated stuff to do the work, I mean, going straight for something so expensive could also cripple you, right?
Yes.
Because then suddenly you are buying your bed for 5,000 Ghana. But you can't do that. You have to stay competitive. So there are different factors that,
Yes.
or it's about growing slowly, like at a certain. So I think it's important that you continue to talk to the experts just to guide you, right? Because one of the things is the heart could be in a good place, right? But business is business, and there are factors and numbers and things that you need to pay attention to. So I think you're on a good path. So that's good. So somehow you talked about your challenge, or should I still give you a chance to talk about? All right, let's end on a good note. Give us one exciting thing from both of you, like just deciding to do this. Clearly, there are no regrets. So what's one thing that made you realize, ah, this is good. We made the best decision. You can't give me the same answer. It has to be different. Don't say
Being
you
on
want to
this
go.
show,
Being on
being
this
on
show.
this podcast, yes.
Oh, I'm shy. No, getting to share your story, I guess. Or what
Yes.
do you mean?
Yes. Being here, honestly speaking, because we've been trying, okay, we've been marketing ourselves, and I believe this is a good platform for us to be visible out there because we've watched your video. We forced our mom to watch your video so that she knows how important or how, how far this interview can take us. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for getting it to watch. But I mean, for us, I think it's important. I'm happy you're here, but it's because it's important for people to understand the stories behind some of these brands they see, right? They're real human beings with heart, like working, fighting, doing all this to bring them, really good stuff. And it's important to appreciate this. And like I say, a family business is really a business. You want to thrive. You don't want to just, we're not just doing this because we want and to protect Auntie Maureen's legacy. It shouldn't just be the name that we're protecting, but the business must blow. We need to
Yeah.
scale up, and so it's just important that people understand the heart behind some of these brands. So thank you so much for honoring our invitation.
Thank you
Do
for
you want to
having us.
say something too?
Yeah.
All right.
So when I like became fully involved in the business, right? There were times when I get a little frustrated because running a business, a family, everybody's in your business and the business. I started. I went on YouTube. I won't lie. I was looking.
Confession.
Yeah, I was looking for videos. I was looking for people who were running family businesses.
Oh, okay.
People who had stories to tell. I think I told Sarah one of the times, and then it was just in passing. So one of the days she sent me a link to one of your videos. I was like, oh great, there's something like this in Ghana. Because I'd been looking and looking. Sometimes you want advice. You want someone who's been there before
But you're not alone.
yeah.
Yeah.
To give me the gist. Is it really like this? Because the sector is a bit informal.
Informal, yeah.
So when you're talking to someone who is maybe been in corporate their whole lives, they can't really
Relate to someone there. Like,
yeah.
what is it? Just for other
Yeah.
person.
So it's just been really nice to hear from other. I think that's why I came up to you to tell you that it was only the Abo boy.
Oh, my Barbara people.
Yeah.
She's doing great things and she's talking sustainability and doing stuff. And I think that's what it is. You need to understand that it's the heart, it's the passion you have for the business. Maybe small now, but trust me, we'll be sitting here 5 years from now and Madame will say, book the appointment with my PA,
Amen.
Yes. So you said you started one thing and the business has been growing. That's what it is. But you have to put in the work. And when we talk about the structure stuff, right? You need it. Like consider it the foundation for a high rise. So you're slaving, you want to put accounts together, you want to do all this, but it's to get you to the next level. You're getting that solid foundation. So don't think that anything you're doing now is a waste. Okay. So I'm glad you got to hear the stories. And I mean, I think one of the other initiatives, which is very good, and you should certainly be, involved in it, is this Next Gen Connect. Because you can be talking to me, and I may not have experience, in your field, but if you're in this community of next generation family business leaders, there's certainly somebody out there who can speak to your matter. So I think having that community is very important, and I just encourage you to keep it up. It's just one supporter that we meet, but it will help a lot. Now, just to wrap things up, I want you to advise the audience. I mean, if there's one thing you tell somebody who's looking to join their family business, young, wanting to do their own thing, whatever, as you're led, like how your mom does it, as you're led, give us advice. So each of you give an advice to the audience.
It's worthwhile. And if you believe in what you're doing and you put your heart in it, it it will source. That's all I'll say. It will source.
So keep pushing.
Keep pushing, don't give up.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Dromo.
I say go for it. It might come with its own challenges, but wherever you are, like where you find yourself at the moment, grab all the experience you can get,
Yeah.
pour it into what you have. It's always a good thing to have like a business, like a homegrown business. It can thrive. It will thrive. It will make the money you want to see or you want to
Yeah.
make in someone else's company. It will do well. So
Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yes. Very important as well. Oh, what she said, your friend's advice. She has stamped it. She said, it'll work.
It will
Don't.
source.
That's so good. Thank you so much, ladies. I mean, I'm sure your mom will watch this and just be smiling. "Hey, these are my daughters." Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for being so open. Super grateful. We wish you the best. I know this is just the beginning of great things to come. So we'll come back and get the success stories. We'll be back.
Thank you.
All
thank
right.
you.
To our audience, thank you very much for joining us on this episode of Family Business Diaries. As you know, we release new episodes monthly. You can find us on all podcast streaming platforms at Family Business Diaries. You can check us out on YouTube, Family Business Diaries, on social media for behind the scenes actions, Family Business Diaries. And you can check us out on our website as well, www.familybusinesshub.co. See you on the next episode. Bye.